These long dog days of summer, I mean, we just made it through a heat wave. Mama was parched through this heat wave. I was hitting up Dunkin' every single day, and I will continue to probably for the rest of my days, but especially this summer. Dunkin' is helping everyone stay cool this summer with its lineup of refreshers. These drinks are packed with bold, fruity flavors and served ice cold. It's amazing. Dunkin' refreshers are the perfect afternoon pick-me-up. I like to start my morning with them personally, and then sometimes I go back for a second one because I'm just feeling crazy. They come in a variety of delicious flavors, including fan favorites mango pineapple and strawberry dragon fruit. And then for a limited time, there's black cherry and there's pink pineapple. I'm going to tell you something right now, and it's a bold claim, let me tell you, but I stand behind it. Pink pineapple will change your life. It is so good. It has me feeling like I'm sitting in a pool, resort side, just living, honey. It's so yummy. Try your favorite flavor with green tea, sparkling water, lemonade, or Dunkin's all-new limeade. I haven't tried the limeade yet, but I'm going to. Usually I get my drinks made with green tea and occasionally lemonade, but I do really like the green tea. Or if you don't want to build your own, try one of Dunkin's curated refreshers like the Cherry Lime Ricky or the Ultimate Pink Daydream. The Cherry Lime Ricky, scrumptious. I could drink like 3 of these a day. They're so freaking yummy. Head to Dunkin' today and find your favorite refresher. Dunkin' refreshers contain less than 1% fruit juice. Limited time offer. Chilling crime cases are mysterious, but finding coverage shouldn't be. With the State Farm Personal Price Plan, you have options and can personalize your plan to help create an affordable price so you can get back to cracking all of life's bigger cases. Talk to a State Farm agent today to learn how you can choose to bundle and save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Head to statefarm.com to get a quote. Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
You know that thing that you love? You'll find others geeking out about it on Facebook. Whether you're looking for community or inspiration, Facebook helps turn passion into action. Obsessed with running a marathon? Discover a neighborhood run club group. Start training and meet your new neighbor. Thinking about cooking more at home? Connect with meal prep groups to discover recipes in a new community. And as you're scrolling the feed, you may even find reels showing you top running shoes or the best tools for your culinary journey. This summer, find more on Facebook.
Hey, weirdos. I'm Alaina.
I'm Ash.
And this is Morbid, the bonus episode. It's a bonus. It's a crazy bonus. It's a bonus about Top Model that was crazy in the day. I've been waiting to talk about this.
I literally am so excited. I don't know if I already said this on the pod, but I have not stopped going around my house saying, how many people were afraid?
And holding your hand up.
And holding my hand up. How many people were afraid? And Drew can't stop going, today we're going to learn about acting! Just please picture Drew roaming around my home, just randomly
just yelling, today we're going to learn about acting! Also, we're thinking about possibly recording our bonus episodes like on video in the future. Just so you know, like I was just thinking about it because that movement would have been really good
in the hand.
So just know that that's something we're thinking about. I think you guys will dig that.
Yeah.
These are usually pretty fun and, you know, we
means
get lively with these.
It just means we have to get dressed more, which I did today. So we should have filmed, but you're still swollen.
It's fine.
Yeah.
You know,
you're beautiful still.
Well, thank you.
You're beautiful.
That.
It's true.
You're beautiful. So I watched this in one fell swoop.
Me too.
But I did it later at night, obviously, when the kids went to sleep. And John was with me and my mother-in-law was with me.
Oh my God, Karen watched this?
They were both horrified to the point where I was almost embarrassed.
Oh no. Oh no.
Right? Mikie agrees.
Mikie had the same experience with Dave, didn't you?
Were you almost embarrassed that you watched the show?
When Dave and I first started dating, he was like, oh, I'm going to show you all my favorite shows. He's like, what's your favorite show? And I was like, oh, I love this show. And I also love America's Next Top Model. And
Dave was like, are you a fucking masochist?
Wow. Well, like, because we were talking about like reality television shows because he is a Top Chef guy.
Oh, I love Top Chef too.
But like America's Next Top Model was like my jam, man.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, let's watch it. And and we started watching it, and he was like literally like, maybe you're not the gentle little lamb that I thought you
like
were.
the actual show top model.
Yes.
I'm dead.
Yeah.
He was like
That'll fry
thoroughly horrified.
I
by
was
it.
watching this as like I actually remember when I lived at Mom and Papa's house back when I was little, me and my mom did, we would all watch it in the living room, remember?
Which is wild.
Like as I was falling asleep. So I watched this when I was like 5, I think. Or maybe like a little bit older.
Which is so not okay.
Then I think it started getting like syndicated to like, it was either MTV or VH1.
Yeah.
And I really watched it a ton in like middle school.
Yep. Which is the worst time to watch it.
Anybody my age who was watching this back then, like, yeah, that's why we're all fucked up and have body image issues and all this shit.
Oh, yeah.
It's horrible. Because also, the women that they were referring to as plus size.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry, can we just start off right there?
We sure can.
The women, I am a plus size woman. The women that they were calling plus size were literally size 6 women.
Yeah.
Size 6 is not plus size.
No.
That is ridiculous.
Well, not only that, they would refer to them as plus size and make it like a huge, like, ugh.
It's going to be hard for you to find work. And then the girls who were not even considered plus size, but like that they were sitting there being like, oh my God, she's getting fat.
Yeah.
Like, she's huge. We're literally like size 2, very like
Normal,
typical looking girls.
beautiful bodies. Like, and to have a bunch, it was like, one thing to have a bunch of other women critique your body, which is already bad enough, but then to have a bunch of men also sit there in front of you on a panel and be like, yeah, she's getting fat. It's like, fuck all y'all.
And like
what the
sorry,
hell?
not for nothing. Like, obviously all of these girls were like 18 plus, but like 18, 9-year-olds getting fucking criticized by 40-year-old men. Weird.
Very weird.
Weird. Upsetting.
Very weird. And Ken Mock in that documentary...
Okay, yeah, let's start off there. Hold on. I have a quote from him.
Comes off, in my opinion, John literally...
He comes off horribly.
John was like, that man is the villain of the century, and he should be like, I don't even know.
Here's
like,
a
he
quote.
should be like run out of town.
Here's a
Like,
quote to
that's
confirm that for you. The biggest disaster ever is always the best thing. People have 104-degree temperature. They're throwing up. They need IVs. That's the best news I could ever have.
And I believe that.
He
stood
quote.
10 toes down on that.
That's verbatim. Like, sir, sir.
Oh yeah, when they talk about, we'll get into the shandy of it all.
Dude.
The way he handled that.
The way that everybody handled that was fucked.
Like, it's...
That poor woman.
In my opinion, I know everybody is thinking the Jays and Nigel are not as bad.
Yeah.
And like, here's the thing I will give them is that they're at least sitting there and being like, yeah, I should have done something and I didn't. I think Jay Manuel at one point said like, I wish I had a backbone.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I do too, sir.
Yeah.
Because they're all fucking complicit. You were all there. And it's like, I don't understand personally, and this is like my own probably character flaw that has served me well in some circumstances, but probably not in others. Like the last place we worked, it did not serve me well.
No.
Is I don't understand hierarchy
Hierarchies.
systems, and I don't understand when somebody tells me like, well, this person is just this way and they're above you, so you can't. I'm like, nope, no one is. Like, I don't believe anyone is.
It was so funny just like in our personal lives to see how that played out because I'm so used to that because I worked in the hair industry. And when you first get into the hair industry, if you want to work anywhere that's like, you know, top tier, quote unquote, you're an apprentice.
It's similar
and you're
to
a fucking
this.
peon and you do what you need to do that has absolutely nothing to do with doing hair to get to the top.
Yeah.
So it was so similar. Like
Exactly.
I've been in that power dynamic before.
And I just did not, and I think it's like my brain, the way it works. I logically don't understand hierarchy systems.
I think it's your like justice complex.
Yeah, I think it just does not, it never made sense to me.
Yeah.
And I think here, there's sometimes where you would see like Tyra or the judges refer to a girl and be like, you have authority problems or problems with authority. And I'm like, no, I think they just don't understand this stupid fucking made up hierarchy that you have. That means nothing. Like, you're not above anybody.
Well, and Tyra would sit there and be like, you're a model. This is a designer.
Like, so are
and
you.
This is a... Exactly. Tyra, that's the premise of this whole fucking show.
Exactly.
I also have to say, I'm actually shocked that Tyra agreed to do this documentary.
I'm very shocked by that.
It was very similar, in my opinion, to the mom that agreed to do the documentary who was like catfishing her child.
Yes,
I was
you're like, why?
Why did you say yes to this?
That's what my mother-in-law kept asking. She was like, why did she agree to do this?
Because
like,
she doesn't come off good in the documentary.
Oh, she comes off awful.
And she comes off like very unapologetic.
They ask her about the Shandy situation, which again, we're going to go into it. And she literally goes, I wasn't there. I remember. But like,
she's like, I wasn't there.
I wasn't there. And you're like, wow, you don't give a shit at all. Huh?
Yeah. I think, should we really start with the Shandy situation?
Because honestly, that was the biggest shock for me.
That broke my heart because I remember, and I'm sure you do
Everybody
too. Everybody does. Watching that and sitting there going, oh my God, like I can't believe she cheated on her boyfriend. Yeah. Like fuck Shandy. Like what?
Like, damn.
I loved Shandy.
Me too.
I thought she was awesome. And I even in that moment, like when I still thought that she cheated on her
boyfriend,
I was like
damn.
yeah, you know, like things happen. She didn't cheat. She was sexually assaulted.
Yeah.
Like,
and they filmed the entire thing.
Yeah. What we saw was such an edited down version of everything that occurred. I actually have a quote from Shandy. I didn't even feel sex happening. I just knew it was happening. And then I passed out.
And then they made it into a cheating scandal, complete with Tyra meeting with her the next day.
And
talking
pretending that she didn't know what happened.
Oh, have you ever cheated? You know, I got cheated on, blah, blah, blah. Like acting like friends and just being like, you know.
I just casually bringing up cheating for no reason.
And telling her like, we can't give in to like our carnal desires, you know, like acting like it was a choice.
Yeah.
And then filming her talking to her boyfriend, Eric, who like obviously was upset at the time and didn't know that that's what happened.
Yeah.
But then he like filming her being called a stupid bitch.
Yup.
By this guy that she had been talking about the whole time she's been on the show and being screamed at and demeaned.
And then not only that, the aftermath, she said they tried to work it out. Mm-hmm. I'm sure she probably went home and explained to him the actual reality of the situation. And they would be out in public and people would walk by her and call her like a slut and stuff. Like she got crazy slut shamed.
Get it together.
Yeah,
like Jesus Christ. But then she went on the Tyra Banks show after that. Mm-hmm. And she told her, I haven't watched it. I can't watch the scene.
I don't want to.
And you can tell she's sitting there being like, I can't watch it because it's traumatizing.
Of course it is.
Tyra made her fucking watch it. And then was like, what do you think about that? Like, let's talk about it. I was like, you're diabolical.
No.
And for someone who's been treated shitty in the industry, and like it says that, and
you claim that's your whole reason why you created the show.
You're treating them the exact same way, if not worse.
Yeah. And that leads us to all the crazy photo shoots that went down.
The fucking photo shoots. The race swapping ones, straight up blackface.
And they sat there and they were like, yeah, like I think Jay himself in that moment is like, I did not want to do that.
And I'm like, but you did.
Exactly.
Like,
not only that,
then.
they then continued to do similar photo shoots in like the cycles afterwards.
They did some where they had women in like Native American headdresses.
Yes.
They had at least 2 full-on blackface
swaps,
like race swapping,
race swaps,
like photo shoots where they just like went right for it.
Yep, those were bad. And then there was also the crime scene shoots that they did.
Oh yeah, where they were murder victims.
Yep.
And it wasn't like, and it was like this is when they had JL, which like rest in peace JL.
I know.
JL I thought was so fucking cool.
I thought she was so
cool. I thought she was
cool.
beautiful.
Yep, all of the above.
It's such a bummer. But she had a friend who died while she was there. She got the news while she was there. And her friend had like OD'd, I think.
Yep.
And then she is in that photo shoot with murder victims or like crime scene victims.
No.
And she had to do...
I think that was actually the one where they made her an addict, wasn't it?
No, this is the one where they made her like she had died by strangulation.
Oh, is that what it was?
But she still had to do like a death scene shoot. And then that's the same shoot that Dion, which once again, I fucking loved Dion. When
all the girls that they like particularly hated on, we were like,
I fucking love
them.
Dion, when they made them make up new names for themselves and she called herself Hula Hey, I will never, ever, I love Dion until the end of time.
Forever
Dion
and
for
ever.
life, Hula Hey for life. And, like, I
don't even remember that.
They had to come up with like model names and she came up with Hula Hey.
What world?
Hello? I love her. I love her
iconic,
forever.
Absolutely iconic.
Her mom, when she was younger, died, or didn't, she was paralyzed, put in a wheelchair because somebody shot her.
And then they made her be
a shooting victim and then criticized her about not being dead enough in the it was
She was like, yeah, sorry, I was just kind of going through it. Then on top of that, Kaylin from another cycle, her friend, she got similarly to JL news that her friend died, and they had her pose in a grave.
The
that
next
was like
day.
8 feet deep.
Yeah, like truly wild. They also had they did a shoot with unhoused, and it made them dress up as unhoused people, and they had to do it with actual unhoused people in the background. Yep. They also did one model stereotypes where, like, I remember Meg, which also I loved Meg. Meg was like the rock and roll.
Yes.
I loved her.
Yes.
I thought she was so awesome.
Yup.
She had to be a drug addict, and her photo was her with her, like, a needle in
hanging
her
out of her arm.
And her, like, strung out.
And
like,
they had another one. I can't remember. There was a set of twins. I think
bulimia was one of them.
Bulimia. Yeah. One of them had to pose with literally like cake all
Vomit
over her face in a stall of a bathroom. It was fucking crazy.
Crazy.
Just like,
and we're all watching this at the time, like, just being like, whoa, this is nuts. Because also, none of those photo shoots were their portfolios were not usable. Because that's not what models do.
Because they were so insane.
Yeah.
Like, everybody was like, and I think like the makeup really wasn't good. The editing on the photos weren't good.
No.
I think Danielle.
They picked the bad photos.
They picked bad photos on purpose. Like you were saying, I think it's during Jade, the undiscovered supermodel.
Yes.
They play her commercial. I think it was like a Maybelline
CoverGirl
commercial. And she's like, that's my worst take.
Yeah.
And Tyra gets pissed and she's like, how many of you felt that it was your worst take? And literally everybody raises their hand. And it's like,
they did it on
that
purpose.
Not go to show you that that's what was happening there. You know that feeling when you come home late from work and those puppy dog eyes just pierce right through your soul? Or when you're packing for a trip and your cat refuses to leave your suitcase? Yeah, we've all been there. Pet parent guilt is real. And you know what? It's completely normal. That's exactly why Hill's Pet Nutrition exists. They understand that being a pet parent means being human, with all of our imperfections and daily juggling acts. Hill's science-led nutrition helps you give more love than humanly possible. Whether it's those long work days or trying to balance attention between multiple pets, Hill's Pet Nutrition gets it. They've created science-based nutrition that supports your pet's lifelong health so you can feel confident even when life gets hectic. Because you're only human, there's Hill's. Science does more. Ready to let go of the guilt? Find the right food at hillspet.com/podcast. That's hillspet.com/podcast. This is a paid ad by BetterHelp. I happen to be somebody that struggles with people pleasing. So a lot of times I will build things up and up and up and up and up and then kind of get to the point where I'm like, I need to let this out to this person. Even in 2026, that stigma and just stigma in general can get in the way of a lot of things, like getting support for your mental health. Maybe you've encouraged friends to consider therapy while avoiding taking that first step yourself because you're busy. You're worried about what other people might think or telling yourself that you should handle this all alone. But therapy with BetterHelp, the world's largest online therapy platform, can be a space to slow down and talk through what's been building before it feels unmanageable. Just take a short questionnaire to identify your needs and preferences, and BetterHelp will handle the initial therapist matching work for you. Their industry-leading match rate means BetterHelp typically gets it right the first time. Feel confident knowing BetterHelp therapists work according to a strict code of conduct and are fully qualified. Don't let hesitation hold you back. Find support with BetterHelp. Sign up and get 10% off at betterhelp.com/morbid. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/morbid.
Hi, Ryan Reynolds here for Mint Mobile. Are you looking for a beach read this summer? May I suggest your big wireless bill? It's got suspense, mystery, a slightly flat, emotional arc, and a shocking twist where you realize you've been overpaying the entire time. Fortunately, though, Mint's story is better. Every plan, $15 a month. Even unlimited. That's it. Happy ending. Zero tears.
Give it a try at mintmobile.com/save.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12-month plan required. $15 per month equivalent. Taxes and fees extra. Initial plan term only. Greater than 50 gigabytes may slow when network is busy. See terms.
I always thought that too. I'd be like, I remember seeing better photos while watching the show while they're taking the photos.
Yes.
And then you get the photo at the end and you're like,
It's like a blooper. You're like, why is she sneezing?
But I feel like speaking of Jade,
The undiscovered
one of the
supermodel.
undiscovered supermodel. Personally, I fucking love Jade.
Jade was wild.
Jade, if you're out there, I love you.
Jade, I hope you're discovered now.
I think Jade was a badass. I think she was, of course, she had her moments. Everybody does.
Yeah.
She was young, too.
Jade was, remember, she was so mean to Gina.
She was really mean to Gina.
But I think also they were like definitely set against
they
each
were
other.
setting that shit up. Yeah, that was not her best. Those were the moments I was not Team Jade.
No.
But Team Jade for her confidence.
Yes.
And Team Jade for like, she was pretty fucking funny.
Well, and they
like
always
when she's talking about being in like, I think they were called like Tut Tuts, the car. Do you remember?
No.
It's when she's sitting there and she's like, she didn't want to be in this like open car because they were in like Thailand, I think.
Yeah, I think they're in Thailand.
And the way she says it, she's like in the toot toot tut tut, and then she's like hoopty. Like the way she's
like,
says it.
I don't know.
For some reason, that one shot of her made me laugh so hard. Like her personality is funny, and they gave her the villain edit because she was confident.
Yeah, no, they absolutely did. And they always just were like, Jade, you look like you're 40. Jade, you look so old. Meanwhile, Jade had like gorgeous skin.
Yeah, she was beautiful.
Gorgeous eyes. She was gorgeous.
Yeah.
Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous.
It was Jade was one of the ones that got that edit. Camille, I think, watch the Camille season again. Camille gets fucking railroaded.
Yep.
Camille was just confident.
Yep.
She was pretty fucking quiet and to herself. And everyone was just fucking mean as hell to her.
Same thing with Ebony.
Ebony, that drove me. They called her Ashy.
They called her Tyra.
Tyra called her
a fellow black woman.
And she had some of the most beautiful skin I
She
had
had
ever
gorgeous
seen.
skin. Yeah.
She was a beautiful woman.
They also, during the makeover, which the makeovers were literally to
my
personally
God.
victimize these
Yeah.
women, they ripped her hair out of her head and were just literally sitting there talking about how awful her hair texture was, how
Yeah.
none of them knew how to do it.
Like,
And
while
she's sitting there while they're talking over her head
Yeah.
and like fucking up her hair.
And she still looked gorgeous.
I was gonna say she still looked great, but they ripped her fucking hair out of her
But
head.
it was the other one was Jasleen. When she came the first time, she had this big personality, and they shit all over her for it. And then she comes back and kind of tones it down, and they're like, "Where's your crazy personality?" And she's like, "What do you want? Like, what the fuck?"
There was another girl, I can't remember her name, but she went super, I think it was Jenna. Remember Jenna? She had like great pictures.
Oh,
and she
yeah.
went really far and was like very talented. And they were just like, yeah, you're boring. So they eliminated her.
Molly Sue was the same.
Yup.
Molly Sue, I thought was such a good, and they were like, "We don't know, we don't get it. We
Yup.
don't get what you are." And was it Yaya was another one? where they-
Yaya. She made a career for herself, honey.
Good for Yaya. And they were so fun. They were also wildly racist to her.
Oh, yeah.
They had a designer come in and was like, "You're just like yelling of your Africanness too much." And it was this white designer, like, or stylist who was like, "Yeah, like nobody wants to just like be hit over the head with that."
Oh my God.
And then when she would get like upset and defensive about that because like that's fucked up,
because you
they would be like,
shouldn't
"Yeah."
experience racism.
Well, and then she would just get the angry black woman
Yep,
thing
edit.
where they were just like, "You're being kind of defensive." And it's like, nope, she's just being a human being.
It's also like, Tyra, you're a
You
black
like
woman.
what the fuck are you doing? Like,
And-
why are you
Tyra herself says that's part of the reason she set out to do this show in the first place. And like, she wanted to expose this part of the fashion industry, but change it.
And it's like, baby, you just exposed yourself.
Because similarly, Cycle 7, Jada Young, she had to film with a racist
oh
male
my God,
model.
this drove me crazy.
He literally, they're all sitting at dinner because, like, remember they would like go out with the male models like
Yeah.
before or after the shoot. This one was before, and he literally looks at her and says, like, basically, I don't like black
yeah,
women.
he literally said that.
And she's like, "Oh, that's insane that we have to." I think they literally had to kiss on
Yeah, they
set the
did.
next day.
They absolutely
And then
did.
she got eliminated for that commercial that she
Because
shot
they were like,
with him.
"You didn't kiss him good enough," which
It's
is
also like, yeah, because
what?
she was uncomfortable because he was a racist fuck.
And she told you guys, and everybody was like,
yeah.
The way they would react to that stuff, they were like, "Yeah, I don't know. That's just like stupid. You have to get through it." And it's like, you
Kenya.
don't. Oh my God. So, Kenya. I loved Kenya.
I loved Kenya too.
I think Kenya is, I thought she was a stunner then.
Yup.
I think she's a stunner now.
Yup.
I thought she was A+. I thought she could have won that. But I also loved Naima. But, but
I
that
loved
season.
Naima. She was
Yeah.
gorgeous.
But Kenya was told constantly that she was fat.
Which was absolutely insane.
Janice, the amount of times that she was like, "She's too fat. She's too fat. She's too fat." I'm like, she's beautiful.
She said she
and a
should
goddess.
be, what was the car thing that she said?
Did she say it about her?
I think it was about Kenya that she said that.
I don't remember what it was. It was horrible. no
Janice
matter
said
what it was.
awful things to women.
But they would call her out for this. And then they had her during the 7 Deadly Sins be gluttony and make her lay in a coffin with
Full of
garbage
food.
food all over her. in like a ridiculous getup.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
And
The
holding a
styling was
donut
nuts.
in her hand. And so she looks campy. Like she did what she could with the styling she was given. I thought she did a great job.
Yeah.
And they were shitting all over this, basically saying she looks like a drag queen. And it was like, okay, shut up.
One,
and
that's
also,
not an insult.
like, one, that's not an insult. And two, you styled her that way.
That's your
She
fault.
didn't get dressed. Like, you put her in that.
Right.
And then she's like holding the donut. And Tyra was like, after they've told her she's fat and disgusting.
Yep. And like they literally were like, you need to watch your weight while you're here. Like, be careful.
Yeah. And they were like, she literally says, I would have liked to see the donut hanging out of your mouth. Why? So you could have shit on her about that? Like,
That's
what the
exactly
fuck
why
is
she
that?
wanted that.
And then they go to Africa, and everybody else is a gazelle, a fucking giraffe,
Like these
all
gorgeous
these beautiful, graceful
animals.
creatures, an ostrich.
Yeah.
They make her a fucking elephant.
Like-
and don't you dare tell me that was like, whoops, that just happened.
Oh,
they
that's
made her
crazy.
a goddamn
The luck of the draw.
elephant. And then they shit all over her, telling her they had to retouch her so much and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, what are you getting out of this?
They also would like zoom in on her stomach and like when she was like in a weird position, so it would make her still look like a normal fucking person, but it wasn't like the greatest angle. And she's like, they would zoom in. They edited her eating a bagel, so it looked like she ate 3 bagels. And she's like, that was the same bagel
was
that
just
I was
one
eating.
bagel.
They just made it seem like I was just pounding bagels to the face.
Yeah.
Like,
Which is like, damn.
even if she was, who cares? But why are you doing that?
Well, and on the subject of Kenya in Africa, they
Oh,
did this
yeah.
shoot where they were dancing with like 3 guys, and this one model, Bertini, was
Fuck you,
already
Bertini.
fucking all over her shit and making her uncomfortable. And they're doing this dancing thing, and he's touching her and like grinding
He's,
up
like,
on
grabbing her
and he's like
ass.
grunting and shit in her face, like, and
He's
she was
moaning in her
uncomfortable.
ear.
So she did what any woman should be able to do and said, "Pause. Hey, I'm a little uncomfortable right now. He's kind of like groaning up on me. I'm very uncomfortable." First of all, they were all aggravated by her stopping. Like, Jay can pretend that he wishes he had done something. I'm sure he does. But he needs to own the fact that at the moment he seemed annoyed that
Yup.
she had stopped, and everybody else did too.
Yup.
And they basically were like, yeah, okay. At one point, Jay had to say, like, don't grab her. Maybe stop grabbing her ass.
Maybe.
Like, he was, and it's like, what? So you see that it's a
It's
problem.
like, take him off set. If the male model is grabbing
You
the
take
ass
him off.
and she says she's uncomfortable, goodbye.
And I will say, Jay said in an interview he wished he had a backbone during that, and he wished he had said stop and taken him off set.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's nice that you recognize that now, but like,
that already
where
happened
were
to
you
her.
in the moment when she was dealing with it?
And she literally, Kenya sat there and said during the shoot, she was nervous about stopping the shoot because, like, as women, you never want to bother anybody
Yeah.
or, say something's happening. And she said to herself, what would Tyra do?
Yeah.
And I
She
think
would
this is how Tyra
gracefully
would
say,
handle it.
hey, I would like, and they shit all over her for it.
And Tyra herself was like, no.
In judging, they literally were like, so she was like, hey, so this was happening. First of all, they picked a photo where he was touching her.
Literally
Touching
grabbing
her
her
leg.
ass. Yep.
Like, literally grabbing her leg.
Yep.
And she's like, that wasn't a coincidence.
Yep.
They basically tell her, like, Nigel's like, well, you need to be in control in that situation.
It's like,
I'm
but
sorry.
sometimes I'm not.
And also, I'm sorry, man. You can't tell a woman I need to be in control there when I'm trying to take
That's the
control.
thing, she tried to
and
take
no one's
control.
doing anything. And he's sitting there being like, there's cameras all around. There's people all around. Yeah, no one protected her.
Right, that's the
even
problem.
worse. You're all sitting there saying, oh, well, there's so many people around. Why was she feeling uncomfortable? Because a whole sea of people were doing nothing to protect her. That's why she felt uncomfortable.
Yup.
And then Tyra sits there and says, well, you can do it and say, like, boy, you better like back up off me. But she's like, but do it in a fun way.
Yeah.
Where it doesn't put static in the air.
Stop sexual harassment in a fun way.
Well, we don't want to make the sexual harasser
Keep it
uncomfortable.
light.
We don't want to do that. We don't want to make the
No.
man who's touching you without your permission to be uncomfortable with the situation. Yes, we
No.
do. Like, Tyra,
Take
what?
him off set.
And there's so many times during this where it was like, you are peons and you should endure this behavior.
And also it's like,
This is
you're
the
wanting
industry.
people to sign up for this.
Yeah,
and
like,
this
fuck
is the
that.
way you're treating them.
Fuck that
And you're
shit.
sitting here, like, again, saying you want to expose the industry.
Yeah.
You're being the industry
Exactly.
right now. So
And also the amount of dangerous runways they put these women
runways and photo shoots.
Yeah.
The runways, though.
on. Like the pendulum one.
the pendulum one could have killed a woman.
That's insane. There was
Like-
also one where they had to walk on like docks on the water.
Yup.
The runway was on the water, and one of them had her hands, like, there was like no
Like wait for them to be apart.
Yeah, like the
she couldn't have
arms
paddled
of her
water.
hand. It was like a straitjacket almost in front of her. So if she fell, she's drowning.
Yup.
Like, what the fuck?
Mikie pointed out my favorite photo shoot, I do have to say, but the one where, who was it, Melrose and...
Oh, yes, Carrie D.
Carrie D. And all the lights go off and they're like running through the fashion show as the brides. I loved that.
Which also...
Melrose.
She
got a bad rap.
Melrose is another one.
Yeah.
And I think Melrose should have won.
I
liked Carrie D. I really did. But I think I think she was robbed. And I think she was given such a villain edit that whole season. I remember you and I were talking about it. When we originally watched it, I was Melrose is such a bitch. And now I watch it and I'm like, what the hell was I thinking?
You're like, it goes from Melrose is such a bitch to Melrose is that bitch.
She is that bitch.
Yeah.
Because then we go for like that same season, Carrie D. Like when they did that photo shoot in the pool and she got legitimate hypothermia.
The fact that a woman literally got hypothermia.
And they were like annoyed.
I think the whole premise of that photo shoot was like, we're going to subject you to extreme temperatures because that's being a model.
Yeah. Get in this freezing cold pool.
And then they blamed her at judging when she was like, yeah, I got hypothermia. Isn't that crazy? They were like, you really need to know your limits.
Yeah. And she was like, but I thought you would get mad at me if I stopped.
And I think she did try to stop or pause at least. And they were like, oh, okay, like you're being
And then they're like, know your limits. Like,
she's like, I tried to tell you my limits and you were mad.
Like, excuse me? And the same thing with Cara D that always annoyed me was it was during the thing where they had to pretend to be like matadors.
Oh my God, when she told Nigel to take the stick out of his ass. That's one of my favorite scenes.
All she said during that was, oh, did you take that out of your ass since last panel?
That was
funny.
Hilarious.
Get over yourself. That's a funny joke. They lit her up over that.
She almost got eliminated over that.
Oh yeah, and like they lit her up over that. I was like, I thought that we could take a joke. No. I thought that was a funny joke.
I thought that was hilarious.
It's because it's a man.
That's true. He was not happy with
Fun
that
fact,
joke.
I once saw Nigel at the airport.
Oh yeah.
I didn't say hi to him.
I forgot about that.
I feel like I don't know Nigel, but I didn't feel like I wanted to be like, oh my God.
You're like, I don't know.
Hi.
You're like, don't say anything to me, please.
Yeah, but I saw him in a restaurant.
I thought that joke was supposed to be lighthearted and funny.
It was.
Like, I will say maybe Nigel handled it even, I'll say, a little better than they did at panel.
I don't even remember.
Because
I think he
kind of took her aside and was like, you don't really know me. So like, don't make that joke. But then at panel, they like really shat all over, because then he turned it into like, hey, you just don't know me.
Yeah.
So like making that joke is weird to make when you don't know me.
Yeah, which is fair.
Which I can get on board.
But
at panel, they were like, he's a photographer and you're a little bitch and you're not allowed to do that. And it's
so
like, can we not turn it into that and just make it like, hey, you don't know me, so don't make that joke.
Everything became a hierarchy though.
Yeah. It was, remember Brooke, who was like she was literally not even, and they sent her home the day she was graduating high school.
That was okay, not only that, by the way, they didn't send these girls home.
No.
I remember, and obviously all of us watching were like, oh my God, like now they're on a plane and going home and that's so sad. Nope. They got sequestered, so they literally just moved out of the model house and into like hotel rooms.
Yeah.
So they had to film packing their bags, and then they just had to sit in hotel rooms for the rest of the season so that they like didn't tell anybody else what had happened.
Couldn't go home, couldn't see
and
their
couldn't
family.
call anybody or anything like that.
That's fucking
so like
crazy.
Your dreams as like an 18 to like early 20 something girl just got absolutely crushed.
Yeah.
And now you're just sitting alone in a hotel room.
Yeah.
After they've probably promoted that like you should have an eating disorder.
Yeah.
Like that's good.
That's great.
That's awesome.
That's very cool.
Was there any mental health people on set?
No, of course not.
No.
And it's like, I feel like they would do that shit on purpose. Like Brooke getting sent home on the day she was graduating high school.
Absolutely. That's not a fucking
coincidence. And then
coincidence.
I think Tyra was like, you graduated. You just didn't walk. I'm like, you're an asshole.
Yeah, no,
like,
you
you're
really
an asshole.
are.
And also I think she was eliminated for a photo shoot that they had to do with Fabio. And I was like, she's like a baby.
Yeah.
And this is like a romance shoot with Fabio.
I forgot about the Fabio shoot.
Like, are we really, that's where we're sending her home?
Yeah.
She couldn't get that into it with Fabio.
Yeah.
And she's a literal child.
Well, now
like, can we take it down a notch,
that
everybody?
was the other thing too. It would be like, if you were like too into it, they were like, well, this reads porno.
Oh, yeah.
And then if you weren't into it, they were like, well, this looks like shit.
Yep.
And they were like, it was very hard to find the middle ground of where you were supposed to be like, sexy enough, but like not too sexy or not too little.
Some girls, they would literally be like, she has zero sex appeal, which I was like, whoa.
Okay, imagine this. A honeybee is out here doing her thing in an orchard, lands on a mystery apple blossom, then carries that pollen over to a Honeycrisp tree. Fast forward a few months, and no exaggeration, something amazing is born. The sugar bee apple, packed with notes of honey, caramel, and molasses, plus an extra crisp crunch. Sugar bee apples are perfect for snacking, baking, and everything in between. Download our new free recipe book and find a store near you at hellosugarbee.com. Sugar bee apples, naturally sweet, from bee to you.
Hi, Ryan Reynolds here for Mint Mobile. Are you looking for a beach read this summer? May I suggest your big wireless bill? It's got suspense, mystery, a slightly flat, emotional arc, and a shocking twist where you realize you've been overpaying the entire time. Fortunately, though, Mint's story is better. Every plan, $15 a month. Even unlimited. That's it. Happy ending, 0 tears.
Give it a try at mintmobile.com/save.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12-month plan required. $15 per month equivalent. Taxes and fees extra. Initial plan term only. Greater than 50 gigabytes may slow when network is busy. See terms.
Hi, I'm Angie Hicks, co-founder of Angie. From roof repair to emergency plumbing and more, when you use Angie for your home projects, you know all your jobs will be done well. Angie, the one you trust to find the ones you trust. Find a pro for your project at Angie.com.
And then it's weird to be talking about like freshly out of high school young girls.
Yup.
In those terms.
Absolutely.
Where they would like there was one the season with like Marjorie and Samantha. She's like tall blonde, just out of high school, literally months earlier.
Yep.
They did a Jeremy Scott runway show.
Jeremy,
and they were
with his
blindfolded.
bangs.
Jeremy with his
mullet bangs,
mullet ass. The way he talked to this girl, I was like, shame, because seeing a panel of adults sit there and allow these young women, girls, to be talked to and humiliated like this, they should be fucking ashamed of themselves.
Absolutely.
And again, I don't get the hierarchy here at all.
No,
because they did the runway show. Apparently, everything was fine. She gets in there blindfolded in the runway because, of course, that's real. Obviously. And she gets to the end and she puts her hands on her hips and she kind of like moves her hips back and forth. And it was a short dress. So it slightly rode up, not even like crazy.
But mind you, he said, show me your personality.
At the panel, he sits there and said, this girl is fresh out of high school, months out of high school. He berates her, tells her it's not her show. She's not a rock star. And then he goes, I don't know. Did you see a pole at the end of the runway? Oh, I'm sorry. Are you saying that to a freshly 18-year-old, you fucking piece of shit?
Yeah, that's just fucking
like, that's the weirdest shit to say to someone. First of all, to say that to any woman, fuck you.
Yup.
Fuck you.
Yup.
And then 2, to say that to a young girl, check yourself.
And the other thing that you were saying
earlier.
And
he said it several times.
He did. It was fucked up.
He said that she was a combination of a truck driver and a stripper.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
You were saying it too. She had met him before and she really admired him. Like she liked his designs.
Said they had a great conveation.
And they had a great combo. And then
she thought it was
and like just fucking humiliates her on national television.
Yep.
Wild. Speaking of humiliating people on national television, we would be absolutely remiss to not mention the Tiffany of it all. Which, by the way, they touch on it in the documentary series. So much of that flip out that Tyra had was edited down.
Yeah.
And they literally said that, I think it was Mr. J said that lawyers were on set the next day.
They all
and
said
there's
that.
been a couple models that have come out since the documentary aired and said like, you would not believe some of the things that were said.
Which I'm like, what the fuck was
and
said?
I don't know if they had to sign like NDAs or something. Like it seemed like, serious.
And here's the problem. Tiffany, so she got eliminated. She walked over to the girls. She was kind of joking with them, being like, it's okay, it's okay. They're teaching these girls, one of the things they're trying to teach them is to take rejection because they're going to face it a lot. So she's handling the rejection. She's saying, you know what, it's okay, it's fine, like just being chill.
Not only that, also, by the way, Tiffany had literally completed anger management courses because like she was struggling with her anger and she came back for a second time
and killed it,
got eliminated and handled it really well.
Yeah. Like that should have been like actually she should have pulled her back up there and been like, Tiffany, I'm really fucking proud of you for how you handled this.
Right, like you've come so far.
This shows me that you're going to go far because you have taken what you have learned and you just applied it here. Like, good on you.
But
that's what it should have been.
Instead,
Tyra's pissed that she didn't break into 1,000 pieces in front of her. And so she decided, well, I'm going to make her break into 1,000 pieces in front of her. And she fucking rails into her. I mean,
I've never in my life yelled at a girl like this.
That's where we were rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. How dare you? Comes from humiliates
She
her.
also sits there and like humiliates her family. She's like, your grandmother got her lights turned off for this, for you to be in this competition.
Yeah.
Like,
and
you don't take it to a place, you don't take it to that level no matter what. And you don't, in the middle of that, take it to a place of talking about her family situation.
No.
That's none of your fucking business.
And she handled the rejection humbly. Yes. She did. I loved Tiffany. I thought she was hilarious. I really liked her. And I could not, that stressed me out when I watched it when it was on, and it stresses me out now when I watch it. I can't. That's so humiliating and demeaning.
Yeah.
And then for Tyra to just kind of be like, like she sat there in everyone was saying her Inspector Gadget fucking trench coat.
That was
and
wild.
She gave up nothing. She gave up nothing.
She really did.
At one point she says, you know what? You're all going to have to face some shit sometime, and I hope you do it with like Grace, essentially
Tyra,
being like,
I didn't come up with a show about young models.
I did not come up with
them to crazy ass like hair makeovers and cold pools and shit. Like, babe, I'm not gonna get called out for that.
I wasn't sitting there calling all these girls fat, like while saying that you wanted to change the industry
and sitting there saying like, I hope you all have to answer. Tyra, you didn't answer for anything.
You answered for nothing.
You basically said
the
like,
buck.
Well, it was of the time. It was production was there. I wasn't.
It wasn't me.
I don't know.
It was just real shitty.
Or was it the Tiffany thing? No, it was the Shandy thing that she said she didn't want to talk about. Or was it the Tiffany thing?
She literally goes, she was like, yeah, I kind of remember what happened.
Yeah.
With Shandy.
And it's wow. And then
it was the Jay thing she didn't want to talk about.
The Jay thing she didn't want to talk about. The thing that I just thought was the absolute funniest thing throughout the entire documentary was at the end when Tyra was like, and like when you get called out, blah, 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 blah. And then the screen was like, and Danielle was like, that's a bunch of bullshit.
I love Danielle.
I love Danielle.
Danielle for life. And Danielle, I thought she was a queen then. Yep. I thought she was a queen now. Yep. She is stunning.
Yup.
Stunning.
I was so happy when I was so pissed off that they were trying to get her to close her gap, and that she sat there and she stood her ground. She was like, no, I love my gap. My gap makes me me.
Tyra was so mad.
She was.
Seeing this woman sit there confidently saying, I like my gap. This is who I am. I'm going to get there with this. Pissed her off so much you could see it.
Yeah, well, she just wouldn't. She was relentless.
She would be like, you really think, and at one point, remember, she stuck her finger in between her teeth and she goes, "Is you really beautiful cover girl? You really think you're going to be like that?" And I was like, fuck you. Like,
meanwhile,
you are such a bitch.
Does anybody get the London look?
Yeah.
Hello?
With the giant gap. It's gorgeous.
Girl. Yeah. And then, like, I don't even know if it was like the next season or if it was a couple later.
They opened a girl's gap.
They gave a girl a huge ass
which
gap.
shows you exactly what it was all about.
It was wild. And then while we're talking about dental procedures,
Joni's
dental procedure. She literally has dental issues with her bite and like God only knows what else to this day. However many years later, they fucked her mouth up.
They forced veneers onto her teeth.
Oh my
which
God.
are so like that, you have to continuously get that fixed.
Do you remember her when they had already shaved her teeth down and they had to send her home for her to wait? And she's like, and these are our teeth.
She's like, look at my teeth.
Oh my God, Joni.
Girl. And just having her endure that.
And then just pose for a photo shoot the next day.
They also, and back to Danielle really quick, what really pissed me off.
Oh, I know exactly where you're going.
How Tyra harped on her fucking accent and was so mean about it. Like, so offensive.
Super offensive.
And she would mock her and be like, do you really think you're going to get a contract like this? And I was like, oh, that's where she comes from. Like, fuck you. I love her accent.
Yeah. I love Danielle. And I loved her the whole way through.
And when she had to go to the hospital in Thailand.
She had to go to the hospital in Thailand because she had food poisoning, dehydration, and exhaustion.
And Nigel said, you're kind of high maintenance, aren't you?
Nah, I was
Nope.
just sick, bro. And
She was
also,
just
if
sick.
you remember, she left the hospital early. Like,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure against medical advice.
Yes, she
because
did.
she didn't want to get eliminated.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
hello?
It was just like, guys.
And then the thing that actually, I think the biggest thing for me, I think this really was the biggest, was Danielle, like, she won, right? She was one of the winners.
Yeah.
And then she went on and she lived in this model house.
Oh, yeah.
And she's sitting there month after month, day after day, not really getting any jobs. And all these other girls are getting jobs. And finally, one of the girls that she was close with was like, told her, like, I talked to an agent and I asked, why doesn't Danielle ever get booked on jobs? And it's like, because her portfolio doesn't work. None of these things work. And like, we have to treat them differently because they were on reality TV.
Yeah.
And Danielle said she later had a conversation with Tyra, and Tyra admitted, I knew that there was going to be certain doors that just wouldn't open for you guys because you were on reality TV, and I didn't do anything about it. And it's
so
like,
it's like, why?
You continue just to do this
Yeah.
for however many cycles. Like, what is there, like 24 cycles total?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? You knew what you were doing. This was never that the biggest takeaway from this documentary is that this was never a show for young aspiring models. This was a show to humiliate women and just subject them to like national cruelty.
Yeah, it really was. Like one that I was just thinking about, Takara.
Yep.
I loved Takara.
I loved Takara
She
too,
was
and I thought she was
another one that they
gorgeous.
beat the personality out of.
Yep.
She had this amazing personality, and then they just beat her down.
She
and then shit all over her about being beat down.
Yep.
And I remember she was at a photo shoot,
And they didn't have any clothes for her.
and the stylist was like, "You think I can get a rack like this for you?" And I was like, "Oh, fuck you!" Like I was like, "I can't." And then they put her in like this big orange fucking valet button-up shirt and khakis,
and she
then-
quote unquote didn't sell it.
and judged her based on that. I was like, "Come on."
It's like nobody was going to make
Come
that look
on.
good.
You
And
knew
she still looked good.
And also, hey, dumbasses, we all know you knew she was coming.
That's the other thing.
You couldn't have any
absolutely
clothing
get
for her?
clothes. Like
Come
that's on you guys.
Yeah.
That's not on Takara.
Yeah, but they put it all on her.
Such bullshit.
And then they shit all over her for getting beaten down.
Yep.
It just, it always made me so mad.
Yeah, there was just, that documentary was wild. Oh, and then recently somebody, I don't know if it was somebody at UPN or if it was CW, because part of the documentary was like Tyra said she had to fire the two Jays and Nigel. It recently came out that she was allegedly never told that she had to fire them. Allegedly.
Yeah,
That's what one
allegedly.
person who works there said.
You know what I'm interested in? Because I think we need to do another part of this when the other documentary comes out.
The other
which is
one's
coming
gonna
out
have-
next month.
Oh, is it next month?
Yeah, I think it's March something, 16th.
Oh, so it's
I
like
think.
really like a few weeks.
So I think we should also do another one when that one comes out, because I
Absolutely.
think that's going to have more of the contestants on it, and I'm interested to see.
Apparently
what
that
they
one's
say.
also going to have Janice.
Yeah,
That's going to be wild.
which
Janice
she
was
was rough.
fucking horrible.
she was really mean to those girls.
I think she was also like really struggling with mental health and addiction back
Yeah.
then. So maybe she is going to look back and say that she regrets some of that
I hope
behavior.
so,
Let's
because
hope.
it's no excuse to treat people like shit.
Exactly. So I hope it's something she regrets. But
I
yeah,
hope so.
if you guys haven't watched the documentary, I thought the parts where the contestants were speaking
Yeah, I wanted more of that.
were really good. I think Tyra really just didn't give a lot in my
Tyra gave
opinion.
nothing.
Like I think she
It
gave
was
nothing.
just passing the buck and making faces, and then
Yeah,
Jay and Nigel and Miss J, which also like I feel so bad about what happened to Miss J.
I do too. I loved Miss J.
I really liked Miss J. I mean,
The other thing is, I think Miss J wasn't really there. Like Miss J was like the walking coach, and then
which
was like
also
on
Miss
panels.
J had some moments where they were not.
They were not great.
Yeah, so it's like they were all part of this. Like,
Yeah.
there was no doubt about that, and it's like, but they all acknowledge, at least the three of them are acknowledging that it was bad. I will give them that, but I do think like you got to take some responsibility.
Yeah,
here,
take a little
that
more
you weren't part of
accountability.
it.
But that Miss J suffered a stroke,
Yeah,
and like obviously, like they all worked together for years and years and years.
yeah,
and Tyra never went to visit Miss J,
yeah,
which was wild.
and still hasn't called Miss J,
Yeah,
according to
the doc,
Yeah.
as of the doc. That was really sad.
Yeah, that was
because
sad.
also like Miss J literally taught Tyra how to walk.
Yeah,
It was wild.
I know, and the fact that Miss J is now having to relearn how to walk killed me. I felt
But I
really
think she
bad about
will
that.
again. I absolutely think so.
Yeah, when J Manuel, Mr. J, when he
tried
wanted
to
to leave because he was being like, yeah, I'm good with this.
You could tell too, and he says it too, like when you look at his face when he's presenting certain photo shoots,
You could tell it's like,
because it got to like I think he was the creative director in the beginning, but then he wasn't the creative director after a while. Like who knows who was coming up with the shoots? He was just presenting them.
yeah, and that was after he tried to leave.
Yeah.
And I think he talked to her, he sent this big, long, thought out thing, and she had responded just, I'm disappointed.
I am disappointed.
And then she iced him out and would not speak to him.
Yeah.
Like,
and actually,
made it which makes it a horrible working environment. When
it's a toxic work environment.
And then fired him.
Yes. And however many seasons after. But the other thing is, if you watch, and they show little clips of it in the documentary, I think this season that he comes back after like he basically just like wasn't allowed to leave.
Yeah.
Is the cruise ship one. And she's like joking with him on the panel. And you can see on his face that he's like, what the fuck?
That he's like confused.
What?
Like, why are you
Because like
joking
clearly
with
you're
me?
being like just like completely ignoring me off camera, and then on camera you're like, LOL, best friends. Yeah.
It's a wild documentary.
It is. And it's just like, this is all the stuff that has come out.
Yeah.
Imagine the stuff that just like hasn't hit the surface yet.
And I think when we hear more from the contestants in this next documentary that's coming out, I think we're going to get even more.
Yeah, I think so too.
I'm interested to hear it. And we can do another one of these to like kind of go over what happens in that one, because I'm sure there's going to be new shit that comes out.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, it's definitely, it's eye-opening.
It's worth the watch for sure.
Yeah, I would say so. But it's really disturbing.
It is disturbing. Drew said he fell asleep like on the last episode, and he said he had really weird dreams.
Yeah, that
he
John
said I didn't like it.
John literally was like, he couldn't finish it. He was
Yeah.
like disturbed by it.
Yeah.
Like couldn't imagine. He was like, this is awful.
It's probably weird for like men to see
Yeah.
what women are subjected to on
Yeah.
a pretty regular basis.
Probably.
It's probably weird for them to
He's
be
like,
like,
what the fuck?
Wait, what? You guys just have to deal with that?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I think we pretty much hit everything that we wanted to.
Yeah.
But like you said, I'm excited to hit more when the new
Yeah,
one comes out.
for
But
sure.
let us know what like your favorite moments of or not favorite moments, but
What
just
your,
like
most
jaw dropping,
Yeah.
shocking moments were in the comments.
Yeah. Because I know there's probably stuff that we didn't even touch upon because there's so much.
Yeah. So let's chat. Let's
hear
really
from
work
you.
through this.
Let's work through this, guys.
Let's heal together.
Millennials, let's work together.
All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in to our little bonus episode for February. We'll be back next month with our March bonus, and that is going to have a special guest. We're going to be reading Postmortem by Patricia Cornwell. So if you haven't read that, definitely read it.
Yeah.
If you have read it and it's been a while, brush up on it, because that's what we're going to be talking about.
So good.
Alaina's read it like a million times.
I have. I love it.
I'm reading it for the first time right now, and it's really, really good.
Trust me.
And we are going to have Chef Riley on the pod for that.
Yay!
I'm so excited. I've followed Chef Riley forever. And
He's the best.
It makes sense because he himself has a book coming out in March. It's called A Little Bit Extra. So definitely go follow him on Instagram at
Yes.
Chef Riley Meehan.
You won't be disappointed.
You will not be disappointed. And our bonus episode is actually coming out March 31st, which is the day that Chef Riley's book drops. So definitely go pre-order that.
Woo!
And tune into the episode.
Do it.
And I think that's it.
It's going to be fun.
Okay, we love you guys so much. We hope you keep listening.
And we hope you
keep
it
weird. But not so weird as Tyra Banks. Bye.
Yeah, don't.
Hi, I'm Angie Hicks, co-founder of Angie. When you use Angie for your home projects, you know all your jobs will be done well. Roof repair? Done well. Kitchen sink install? Done well. Deck upgrades? Done well. Electrical upgrade? Done well. Angie's been connecting homeowners with skilled pros for nearly 30 years, so we know the difference between done and done well. Angie, the one you trust to find the ones you trust. Find a pro for your project at Angie.com.
You wouldn't take financial advice from a 72 hours in a single day alpha influencer, would you? Same goes if you're in a car accident or any accident. Who you choose matters. That's why Morgan & Morgan exists. They're the largest injury law firm in America, and they've built a reputation by actually winning cases, not just talking about it. Over 1,000 lawyers across all 50 states and $30 billion recovered. Injured? Go to forthepeople.com/podcast. That's forthepeople.com/podcast.